Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, as we all know, Uncle Gene Deal has been making some statements. He has been talking on the Art of Dialogue, and I think it's very nice and honorable for the Art of Dialogue to give him the platform to speak what he has to say about the stuff that's been going on for decades, mind you, that he's been telling people since day one. People want to question this man's validity, but he told y'all he been saying this stuff since the 90s, but nobody wanted to believe him. He has kept his story consistent. He's told us some new stuff that we didn't know, and I've said this before, there's a timing about all this stuff. The timing is now. This is the best time for him to come out once again. It was messed up that they didn't listen to him back in the 90s, and I can believe it because they're doing it right now. Just like the lady who got allegedly shot in the face, they didn't want to believe her. People love to say, oh, why you didn't come out when this first happened? And they really be thinking that's going to save future victims from becoming victims. But it doesn't, and we've seen that once again because when the two of them first came out, nobody believed them. But you know what might actually help people from becoming future victims of these crazy celebrities who have problems, who keep screwing people over? The people in our society and our community actually believing these people whenever they first come out and they have evidence and there are multiple people corroborating these stories about the stuff that these celebrities do behind closed doors. Once again, not everybody is lying, and where there's smoke, there is fire. Anyways, in one of his most recent sit-downs with the Art of Dialogue, who I think is very noble for allowing this man his platform to speak his story, in one of his most recent sit-downs, Gene Deal made a comment that really stuck out to me because I just talked about it in one of my previous videos. He sat down and he said he accused P. Diddy of grooming Usher. Now, in the previous video that I made concerning Usher and Meek Mill, I made a comment saying that both of them, for all we know, may have been a victim, may have been groomed by P. Diddy. I wouldn't be surprised. I said allegedly. I can't say it for sure, but I would not be surprised, considering how Usher talked about upon multiple occasions out of his own mouth that his own mother, a raggedy mother, let me just go ahead and say that, sent him to live with that man allegedly at 15 years old, and we can imagine what may have happened to him. The same thing was with Justin Bieber. Didn't he say, oh, he was like mentoring Justin Bieber? He was a minor messing with Diddy. There was some video of that young man when he was a child, a teenager, where Diddy basically confronted him about not coming to his house. That should have been a red flag right there. First of all, you a grown behind man. Why are you messing with this child talking about you ain't been partying with me lately? And the way Justin Bieber reacted told anybody who was really paying attention everything they needed to know about the nature of the involvement of P. Diddy with Justin Bieber, as a child, mind you. And people have the audacity to wonder why Justin Bieber looks like he's been through hell and back, then allegedly had all kinds of addictions, got all kind of stuff going wrong in his life, doesn't know how to have normal relationships with people, can't form normal connections with people. Gene Deal alleged that Usher was groomed by P. Diddy. I told y'all I wouldn't be surprised if this was the truth, allegedly. Although he also held Usher accountable, tried to call him out because he said, you sat up there, you went to that Club Shay Shay interview and that other interview, and you admitted that you were at a grown man's house at 15. Again, we can assume and imagine what could have taken place with him. And then turned around and admitted you wouldn't have your own child go over there and have that happen as well. Because they asked him in that other interview, okay, well, if you could send your son to P. Diddy's house like how you went, would you do it? And he hurried up and said no and laughed it off. But I don't think people realize how serious he was about that no, because he knows some stuff took place that he should not have been involved in. His mother should have never sent him there. He should have never been roped into that. P. Diddy should have never had him at his house. It's because he knew what happened. He knows what happened. He ain't crazy. But Gene Deal low-key called him out for still basically being cool with Diddy all this time after XYZ happened, after he done screwed all these people over and allegedly messed him over as well. Gene Deal said you gave him a free pass, even though he done did all this stuff allegedly to you too. People want to talk about, once again, victims not coming out, victims not pointing the finger and blowing the whistle, and filing lawsuits so these people won't go on and victimize other people. But nobody wants to call out these celebrities like they are these regular people, these victims, these people who don't look like how they want them to look, or they might not seem like the perfect victim. They're not calling these celebrities out like how they're calling them out for going through some of the same things allegedly, but not saying anything because the industry rewarded them for not saying anything. We're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it 100% honest. I told y'all that's what we do here. 100% honesty. Some of these celebrities have been victimized. They've been put through things, but they chose not to say anything and call these people out and remain friends with them because they got things out of staying quiet and still being friends with them. You think if Usher would have came out then and said, I was 15 years old and some things happened at that house allegedly that should not have by Pete Devil Combs, if he really said all that when he was 15, even a little bit older, do y'all really believe he would be where he is right now in his career? Do y'all really believe he would be singing and dancing at the Super Bowl, all of his greatest hits? Think again. This is how the industry works. This is how the people at the top, like Pete Devil Combs, works. It's always been this way, and it's going to continue to be this way. Now, another person we also have to talk about concerning that whole grooming situation, who was possibly allegedly screwed over, who was involved with Pete Devil Combs, was Meek Mill. Once again, I still believe that something happened that should not have happened between the two of them. I could very well be wrong. I'll say allegedly. Although there's too many things going on and too many little pieces, if you will, that are fitting together. And once again, I don't think that it's right that the black community especially has been laughing at this man and making fun of him. Because once again, y'all don't know what this dude done been through. And I'm not a Meek Mill fan by any stretch of the imagination. Although I don't believe in making fun of people in these kind of situations, because anything could have happened to these people and they don't deserve to be made fun of, just like anybody else. Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, if they don't deserve to be made fun of on the internet, neither do these people if they've gone through something like that. He's already been showing people that he is not happy and that he is really ashamed that these things are even coming out about him, that his name is even in the media concerning that. And like I said, it shouldn't even be that way. Society and our community should not make people feel shame about whenever they've been screwed over possibly or taken advantage of. They should not make people feel this way. And the irony about all this, even though he really hasn't said anything aside from trying to get people to not shame him and embarrass him, just recently, No Jumper posted that this man's whole car, he got into a car accident allegedly. Allegedly, he bought a brand new car and the brake pedal slipped off the very first time he drove it. I'ma just say what everybody else is thinking. This looks like another Kid Cudi situation, allegedly. Like somebody's trying to send him a message to not say the wrong thing, if you get my drift. Allegedly. Or he could have been just so stressed out because of the media clowning him lately that he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. Either way, like I said, I don't believe in coincidences, and it's very ironic to me. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.